So we got into a town following the army. Everything was really expensive in the town because the army just pulled through and basically bought all the crap up. Uh, Poked around for some information. Meepo went and started drinking, much to Katya's chagrin. Uh, Shenanigans happened. Katya tried to cut Meepo off. Meepo did not allow himself to get cut off. Drank himself silly at night while everyone else slept. Next day, we did some scrying to find Push. Everyone saw Push in a castle with the giant stone, and then suddenly we were cut off from him when he went to use the stone, which made everyone think because scrying doesn't work across planes that he might be plane shifting. That's where I last remember.
Okay.
Anything I missed, Logan?
The town was named Thornhall. The information that Katya got was mostly someone saw some object disappearing from the clouds after floating straight up. Meepo did not drink in the night. He had discovered. We're not sure where he got the additional alcohol after the bartender cut him off, but he was covered in berries and booze.
Meepo does not know either.
And I think we decided to go back to Waterdeep.
Yes, you decided to. Hope is in here teasing me.
Hi, Hope.
Eric says hi.
Best of luck with the mono husband, and hope he doesn't give it to you.
Oh yeah,
Eric,
how are you feeling?
Eric hopes that you don't get mono.
Yeah, I hope so.
I feel much better.
You know, worse your
but
kids get mono. Ugh.
yeah, it'd be really bad if they got it. To describe how I feel, I have mostly recovered. My jaw doesn't bother me anymore. There's this slight sense of tiredness, but mostly I feel okay.
Good.
You sound very congested, but that's always part of being sick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still definitely fighting something. I recently did some blood work, as in today, and the numbers indicate I'm fighting something. So I hope the thing that it indicates that I'm fighting is the leftover mono.
Yeah, that's true. You're being sick's got to affect blood work.
Yeah.
A lot of white blood cells.
So, let's see, what was the last thing? Yes, you decided to return to Waterdeep to try and get the necklace from Maze, but all in all, that was a good recap. Okay, so we tune into the party as they are leaving Thornhall. Katya, can I get a perception check from you?
Sure can.
Sound like a sarcastic cough.
That's a 5.
Okay. You hear someone rumbling about missing pies, but you pay it no mind.
Cool. I know, I'm like really curious now, but
I mean, Levi, do you want to roll perception? Yep. Meepo is in there too.
Didn't I sleep in front of the door?
Basically. After you tied up Meepo, I don't think you I don't think you like posted in front of the door after you tied up Meepo.
Okay. Oh, berries.
Okay. Okay. All right then. So as you guys leave the low town wall of Thornhall, you begin to travel further south down the high road towards the metropolis city of Waterdeep. This travel on foot is it's going to take you most of the day to get about halfway there. And on your way there, you can see there is definitely a change in the amount of traffic that seems to be going back and forth from what you were used to. At least compared from Daggerford to Waterdeep, there was always like this semi-steady movement of wagons in caravans traveling north and south. Beyond after all this trampling feet of the army, it becomes very clear that it just seems that most of the traffic is headed in the opposite direction now, moving southwards.
South.
So we're in the crowds.
Yep. You are moving amongst the crowds. You can see there are wagons. Some people are merchants. Other people seem to be, they have all manners of belongings with them wrapped up in what ready-made sacks and like the bits of furniture strapped onto carts and the like that.
I wanna, if I can overhear any conversations from those people, I would like to.
Perception check, please.
Please be better. Please be better. Better. 13.
Is there any group in particular that you want to single out?
Anybody who looks like they're from the furthest north, but I ultimately would like to maybe get an idea of where they're all coming from, and maybe if I can overhear specifics on why they're moving.
Okay. Looking around, you can see like you don't know too much about northern culture, I would assume, but you can tell that what the stuff that is not familiar to you, because you grew up south of Waterdeep, and even moving around as a soldier, you never really stuck to one area long enough to absorb the finer details of that kind of culture. So you see this one wagon that's more adorned with like insulated furs and stuff for its furniture, like it's padded with strange hairs and stuff on their chairs and the like that. You would assume that they are from further north. You catch tidbits of what they're saying walking around. There's this family. This little girl asks her mom, it's like, well, what would it be like in the big city? It's like, oh, well, there'll be all kinds of new people to see, and little new children to play with, but I don't want to play with new children. I liked our house. I know, honey.
Oh my god.
She says that as she notices out of the corner of her eye the hungover kobold puking on the side of the road.
What were the parents going to say?
Ugh. The parents just kind of cover the girl's ears, like, that kind of subtle one-handed earmuffs to get them to pay attention to something else.
Did I just lose my info because of these bozos?
I've lost my train of thought.
Vomits harder.
I whip my head around and glare at them.
Mistakes were made. Ugh.
Guys, she's trying to eavesdrop. Shush! Says Click. Oh, Click's not that stupid, but it would be funny.
It would be funny. Kat is just having a moment. Oh, very well then.
It's like, I know, dear. But well, we needed to find a new place to live for a little while. It's like, but why, Mom? Oh, you remember all those soldiers, right? Well, those soldiers, they're gonna there's they're gonna have a big um a, a a big battle, and we don't want to be there for that. Battles are nasty, right?
Are you just butting into their conversation?
What,
Oh
what,
my god.
no, there won't be any dragons. There haven't been any dragons around here for decades.
Guys,
Uh-huh.
guys, I think
That
my
is
stomach
at
is
the
empty.
moment.
Can we go to the tavern again?
I like look at like Meebo, who has like probably drool and bile like dripping down his face as he says that.
Vomits and it splashes on your shoes.
The little kid is amazed. Whoa.
How long have I known these people?
At least a few months. I think over the entire course of your time together, it's been months. It's been amazing how much of a pivot Levi has had after one encounter with the dragon.
You know what? That's a fair point. That's a really good point. Hi, Cooper. You gonna be a dragon? Anyway, yeah. Just keep moving with the crowd then.
Yep, and as the day continues on, you can catch more tidbits and stuff like that. The basic thing you hear, it's like the people from just below Neverwinter have seemed to try to go ahead and move south. At least some of them have, to try and get away from the fight, because they seem to have heard that there will be a battle coming, and there seems to be people flocking south.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. I mean, that's what I expected. I just wanted to know in case there was anything more. Yeah, I feel, guys, like maybe we could have somehow prevented this war, but who knows how?
Nah. It was inevitable. This is merely pretext. World War One. I'm sure her home will be fine. It's not burned to the ground.
Anyway, you guys have to stop and make camp, because as you are doing this on foot, you are left behind by the various people that are in wagons.
Is there still a lot of people around?
There seems to be the other travelers that have also taken to the sides of the road. Whether they got a later start in the day and with faster means than you, or if they just been walking along this whole time alongside you, just kind of like as your own little caravan of foot pads.
People who go around asking for booze.
Did we not have any horses?
Oh, you did, but how many times have you teleported? And you did have horses at one point that you rented.
Died, right?
You rented horses.
Yeah, we've got a lot of.
Did we have eaten?
I'm pretty sure you guys never outright bought horses.
No, I don't think we have.
It's like you definitely, whoever's listening to Backstreet Boys,
Bye.
it's okay. Yeah. So, I mean, when you guys went to, what was it, Pendergast? Let's see. I gotta check my map here. Gotta make sure I pronounce it right. Is it Parnast, maybe? Whatever.
Harnessed.
Okay. Ah. So you rented horses, took those horses back, tried to buy horses, and then blah blah blah. You did the whole tournament thing, and then you've been teleported ever since. You did have camels, but they got eaten.
How much weight can a horse hold?
Several hundred pounds.
Okay.
Now, if you put them in front of a cart, they can pull much more.
So we need a cart.
Yeah, if you guys had a horse and cart, you could all just walk. See,
Yeah.
Zaris, yes, you brought Zaris back in a cart. Yep.
It does start to blend, doesn't it?
So, after a long rest, assuming you guys don't do anything super specific,
Oh,
Meepo's looking for booze, roll persuasion.
Persuasion. What are you? What?
Yeah,
What?
but you gotta. I want to see this acted out a little bit.
Counterpoint. I want to drink tonight.
You got to be
But
a
I wanna.
22. He's talking to the people that you guys have been walking with, so you've got to convince them that he doesn't need his booze.
Counterpoint. I'm a funny drunk. Counterpoint. I'm a fun drunk.
Are you though?
All right, roll persuasion.
Yes.
He already did, right? With the
Yes.
22.
Counterpoint. Money.
Oof.
So, Meepo, you find this smelly individual. He, it seems like he has not washed himself on the road for at least a day or two. But there's a distinct clink of glass bottles in his coat, and when it's the counterpoint, money. He gives you a big grin. It's just like, he'll share, and you two can partake in a night of drinking. Can I get a con save? Okay, Meepo, there's not enough in the bottle for you to get as wasted as you did last night.
Oh. Disappointing.
For everyone else, it doesn't seem possible, but Meepo's cheeks are red.
God.
Impressive with scales.
Exactly. So, waking up from a long rest, you guys can continue on to Waterdeep. unless you have anything specific and planned, it will get there. You will get there approximately at night.
That's fine.
Okay. So after a second full day of travel, you walking down this corridor, you can see it for a long way off before you could even smell the sounds of the sorry. You can see that high wall that surrounds the city of a few million, one of the largest cities on the Sword Coast. There seems to be there's a huge line of people. Katya, you also take these people to be refugees, but you don't recognize all of them. Some of them look like they've come down from the long road. For those who are interested, you guys took the high road, which is this green line here.
We both take the high road? Never.
The long road is this one. Not sure if you can see it on the other side of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of the Sword Mountains.
Yeah.
You are in this queue for another few hours before you're actually allowed into the city. It seems that a few regular guard members are manning this gate. They're checking people for identification, looking them over, checking for weapons and stuff before letting them in. And when they finally come to you, they see Katya in full kit and, Meepo, Oliver, all of them. Who are you?
We are adventurers, and we are coming to the White Spire to seek counsel.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. I literally say that.
No, we do not. The city's... Within the army?
Hush. Levi, hush. I look at the man. Are we being barred entrance, sir? Is it a problem with our weapons?
The city's... We were told to be on the lookout for troublemakers who would bring in a guerrilla element into the city.
I'll show him my badge. And explain, like, I am retired, but I promise to keep these ones in line.
All right, roll persuasion with advantage for your badge.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 20, not natural.
Very well. You may enter the city.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Move along.
Yeah, unless you think you see a dragon. Fair. Anyway, yeah, we do need to keep an eye on Meepo. That's everybody's special orders. Keep an eye on Meepo.
How do I keep an eye on myself?
You always stay with one of us.
Why am I being singled out? Seems unfair, uncalled
I
for.
point at the berry and booze stains all over your clothing.
That's yeah. It happens. No harm, no foul, though.
Anyway, says Click. It's like, whatever we do, we probably shouldn't cause any trouble. Especially now. It seems like everyone's on edge.
Honestly, right now, we should try and do a whole in and out.
So we're headed to the White Spire, right?
Well,
Yes.
how fast food restaurant's gonna help us here?
Shut up, Septa.
Choo choo.
There's a loud cow. Entering the city, The presence. The last time you were here, the army was marching out, and most of the people in the city, they seem to have odd forms of clothing, as if they are. It seems that many refugees have entered the city. And there is a noticeable guard presence, but it seems diminished. So what do you guys do?
What time of day is it?
It is pretty late in the evening. You'd probably say around 7 p.m.
Oh, I can go to the White Spire.
Okay. You guys are pretty familiar with with this city by now, so finding the White Spire is of no issue. You see, walking up, you see the building of indescribable height, surrounded by the simple wrought iron fence with a single door in its bottom.
I go up and I knock. And I wait. Yeah. Does it open?
Do you try it?
Yeah.
It opens.
Oh, right. Okay, so I go in.
Yep. This is it's a room, circular with couches all along the outside.
And there's no other doors.
There's a door on the opposite end.
I try that one.
It leads outside.
Excellent. I knock on one of the doors.
Which door?
The one I didn't come through.
So you close the door and then knock?
Yeah. And I sit down on one of the couches.
Okay. How long do you wait?
I don't know. I'll set up my little camp stove and brew some tea if I need to.
Katya, as you go to light this fire, is it a little kerosene heater? Because kerosene would be a thing.
I assume kerosene would be a thing.
I would assume. And
Yeah.
I mean, actually, back then it wasn't kerosene; it was more like animal fat
But
oil,
still.
like
something like that.
before they discovered ground oil. It was probably more like blubber, whale oil.
Yeah, it's also magic, so.
Yeah, true.
Oh, it's fire elemental rocks. You know?
Yeah. Fire liquid.
Okay. Katya, you get your pot to a nice boil, and no one has come yet.
All right, I serve tea to everybody.
I'll.
Wait, we have the.
Oliver says thank you.
Do we have those messaging bracelets? Rings?
Oh yeah, because the White Spire did provide you with those. Did you give them back?
Not if I didn't have to. I don't have it in my inventory, but I don't know if I put it in there in the first place. Do any of you have message?
I don't know. No stinking magic.
I'll make click use. Well, message maze.
Roll a d20.
Bad message is just great. ways you can just fuck with the message spell.
Four. There's no response.
I'll have Click use sending.
Okay. All right, someone roll a d20 for me.
$17.
Okay. Click goes silent for a minute. Okay. Maze is on their way down.
I'll prepare them a cup of tea. Thank you, Click.
Yeah, no problem.
I should have just had him use sending to begin with. Actually, if we were really smart, we would have used sending on Maze, told them where to meet us up with us, and had them teleport to us.
In a minute or two, there is a creak as the door opens, and you see the very familiar but very androgynous half-elf Maze.
Hey, Maze.
Hey.
Hand out the cup of tea.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
Click, I have great news for you. I've made a breakthrough. I've got the necklace to work. It's not complete yet, but you should be able to go to the plane of air.
Oh, crap.
It's like Click stands there silently. You can almost see the Tevia on the one hand, on the other hand.
I will not, honestly, I'm prepared for any day for you to get a message saying that Click needs to go home to the plane of air.
Click's parents. Click, we're worried about you. Your mother's worried sick. Rub her bunions on her claws, her talons.
Wait,
But,
can claws get bunions?
I have no idea.
maybe not the claws, but I bet the feet themselves.
Rub your mother's chicken feet.
Oh. I just fill Maze in on everything, and I don't know what to do.
Oh. Well, I've missed a bit. Maze sits down on one of the couches and takes a big slurp. It's good. Where'd you get it?
My friends at Bugles and Bobbles.
Oh. Yeah. I don't think they like me. I don't know. I'm terrible at reading people.
I don't know where I got it, but yeah. I just I don't know what to do now. Don't know where to go next. Have no idea how to track down a dragon.
Wait, wait. What are we tracking down a dragon? Are we tracking down Push?
Serenetta says that they're either together or they are related to each other.
Okay. Could she be? Are we sure she's right? Because I don't know ever do communes, so I don't know the validity of that.
I don't either, but I'm also picturing Click having this very shocked and offended expression right now.
I'm sorry, Click. That's not what I'm about.
I cannot commune with my god, but if I could, I would trust him.
And Click, of course, says, "Well, I trust Serenetta. So these two things have to be related, and the fact that I scryed on them and Push has the Mythalard seems pretty."
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Seems a pretty strong indicator. at the very minimum, Push was either intercepted the dragon and took the Mythalar from the dragon, which is also concerning as an option. I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, that's also fair.
What do you guys think? Says Maze.
I think they're working together.
I don't think it's likely they're working together. It's possible. I think it's more like he's an affront to God more than he's working with a god.
Well, so what do we do now? It's like, yeah. And like apparently Push's planes hopping, and the only planes that we can hop to right now is the plane of air.
We could just hop to that one.
Oh, honey.
Shall I count the ways?
It's, well, okay, we can start with the 4 elements, the prime material, the associated elements, but those get a little bit weird. And then you've got the hells, you've got the, it's like each of them is their own layer, which I would consider itself a plane. And then you've got the abyss, which is supposed to be infinite. You've got the celestial planes. No.
I'm gonna like majorly backtrack now that I'm in the room with all of these people again. Wasn't there this whole thing with the gargoyles? Should we go like try and mess with the gargoyles? Will that provide answers?
Click said the gargoyles are what pushed me through the plains to get here. They're working for Emerith, the Desert Storm.
Maybe we go get Emerith on our side because she wants that thing and Push has that thing.
You see, Maze bites their lip, not in the kind of like the.
I'm spitballing, Maze. I'm spitballing.
I appreciate the brainstorming session. We need ideas thrown out there. I do not. I'm just. That's. Whew. That's scary.
I bet Meepo wants to do that.
Do you, Meepo?
I mean, people will try most things once.
Meeting Emerith, the Great Storm, destroyer of Asarak.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. People would definitely not turn it down, the chance to meet one of the divine ones.
I just don't know what to do. I feel so lost. I can't pray the way that Click prays.
Click says, how much of a cost is it to go to the plane of air? Could we get lucky? Maybe.
We might. Can we get back?
May says, oh, it works 2 ways.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like you just have to wait a day for it to recharge.
Click, can we survive the plane of air?
If you land on one of the islands.
How do we ensure that?
Maze? What? Oh, I don't know. It's like I'd imagine the way it would work. It's like I was working on this for Click here. So, he teleports into the plane of air, and then he flies, and you know your way around there. You could fly to an island and find your family. It'd be simple. So I guess if you guys could all fly,
Actually, we could buy some flying potions.
Unfortunately, not. You don't have wings like the great ones.
We can buy flying potions, guys.
that is an option.
I don't know.
To imagine going between planes is like going to Barbie Land in the Barbie movie.
That is one way to visualize it.
This is how we go across.
I actually really like that idea.
Oh, she said, see, if when you drink a potion of flying, it will last for 1 hour.
Okay. Can you make us all birds with polymorph?
That is another idea.
How many do you have? Or if you upcast it, can it do more?
Should blow all them spell slots.
Okay, you've only got 2 4th level spells, no 5th levels. Okay.
You guys have 4th level spells?
Yep, being full casters do that.
I feel like that meme.
Shit.
You feel like what?
That meme from God, what was that movie?
The RV movie.
Yeah.
You guys are getting spell slots?
Right.
Fighter says, I hit things 3 times.
Does Meepo have spells?
No. Meepo steals shit and pokes things.
Yeah, Meepo sure does. Well, I guess, if we just manage to fly for an hour and hopefully land, what if we pack multiple and we just drink them midair?
May says, drinking the same potion multiple times might have beneficial effects. I have to look that up.
I don't mean like all at once. I mean like drinking it, timing yourself, drinking it again.
Oh yeah, that works fine.
Now I am kind of curious even if we drank them all at once.
I don't know if that would make it any faster or just make it like last the 2 hours.
Fair enough. Or like some of my video game effects, just cancel out the first one. Cooper, I'm not a bath.
Meepo would love to have a beautiful set of dragon wings. But unfortunately, kobolds are not so lucky.
Is that how the fly spell works?
I figured with fly, you just kind of hover there.
Yeah, with fly, it's more of a Super Saiyan flying around, just
I look like DBZ characters.
yeah.
Hope we get the cool trails behind us.
Okay, so we'll sleep for the night, get help flying potions, and come back here tomorrow.
That works. You might have a little trouble getting flying potions, I've heard, though.
Oh.
Well, just because, the city's been bought out.
Why do they need flying potions?
Why do you need flying potions?
To go to the plane of air to defeat a dragon and an evil guy.
Well, they're going to do that last one.
Are they fighting an evil guy?
It's the politics of whatever. Your enemy's evil, blah blah blah.
I'm not a politician. I'm just a soldier.
Yeah, you get it.
Well, we'll try beetles and baubles. Maybe they can make us some.
Oh yeah, it's like you might. Yeah, just start there.
Yeah.
I think that should work. It should. But, or I did hear about this place that might have some neat stuff at the bottom of it.
Oh,
If you wanted to go look into it.
where's the bottom of it?
We may have found a scroll that says something about a different, like a certain treasure hoard that may have been lost to time in a certain location that may or may not be hostile.
Will everything I know and love die in the meantime? Thank you.
Depends on how fast you are.
I think we're pretty fast. We've been doing a good timeline with everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only known each other for months. I don't understand what I've gotten myself into.
Okay. So, full cards on the table. There, I've heard rumors of a forgotten Jinn palace.
You want us to mess with the Jinn?
A forgotten Jinn.
He doesn't seem very forgotten.
Well, it's like we dig through enough papers in the city of Asarak, and suddenly there might be a trapped Jinn on our plane.
Hey guys, you forget where we put that locked away that planar demigod?
And we're not going to free said Jinn.
No, I want you. You could take his stuff. Like,
He's never in.
according to the
poorly.
scrolls, this one had a flying carpet.
This could never end poorly.
You don't have to. You can just go to Beeples and Bopples, but there's a strong indication that there's a flying carpet.
What does Katya know about Jinn?
Nature roll or history.
You tell me, DM.
You tell me with a nature or history, and I'll tell you.
God, that's a 10 with the nature roll, and I actually have a +2 with that.
You know that Jinn are powerful demi creatures from the elemental planes. They are very powerful in magics and have known to create and hoard magical items.
Should I feel bad stealing from one?
Depends. You've heard that there are some very kind-hearted Jinn who, if you treat them right, will help adventurers. But most Jinn tend to be narcissists who tend to enslave who they would capture.
I look at Maze like, did you uncover anything about this forgotten Jinn?
We think their castle is possibly buried in Soulward. It's like it'd be mostly a crumbled dungeon inside of a mountain. So you would encounter a Dao.
Okay.
If I did my translation correctly.
I am unsure on how I feel of the ethics of this situation, so I will defer to my party members. Why do you
Oh, what are you
automatically
doing,
want to
John?
kill it?
I just love killing.
You
Oh,
raised a
oh.
fair point.
Here I go killing again. They don't seem like the kind to be easily negotiated with.
May says they can be. You just won't always like their deal. They can be extremely pedantic.
You know,
Pedantic.
beetles and bottles just sounds a lot easier than dealing with the planar entity known for enslaving people.
I mean, we can always go to Beetle and Bobbles and see if they even have anything.
I mean, sounds the easiest to me.
We will consider this offer. Thank you, Maze.
I mean, it's completely unrelated. I know you're adventurers who, like magical items, so I figured out a place where you could find some.
Because you're going to want to come along and take things,
Maybe.
you little grave robber.
It's not a grave, from what we can tell.
To be fair, Meepo,
You're a little thief after my own heart.
we did rob a grave.
Indeed, we did. Now we gotta steal it back!
When
But
did
we
you
stole it
die?
from the grave.
Has Meepo died?
Meepo has come very close to death.
No.
Catty has been revived. Click has been finger quotes revived. Actually, both of you have been finger quotes revived because that was me fucking up. So that was on my end.
No, he died. We just paid to bring him back.
I'm just saying, it wasn't
Maybe
entirely
Catfish
fair.
died.
It wasn't entirely fair when you guys died.
I should have asked about my health.
Yeah, it's fine. Should have watched the recap.
You're right. You're right. So yeah, we'll sleep for the night. We will visit Beetles and Bobbles, and if Beetles and Bobbles doesn't pan out, we will go get a magic carpet.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Away we go.
Before we go, we'll make a plan to meet with Maze. Let's say around 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay. That sounds good. Just come up to my lab and I'll have lunch.
How do we come up to the lab?
Okay, you come in this door, you go out that door, you take the left door and then circle around 2 times, and then that's the third door on the right.
Hold on. Say it again.
Okay, you come in this door, go out that door, and you go around 2 times, and then it's the third door on the right.
Is that correct?
Go around to the left and it's supposed to be 2 times.
Jeez. I don't think they want people to find this place.
It's amazing how much space we save on though.
There, I bet rent's cheap.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we got that.
Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll bring the finger sandwiches.
Bring booze.
No. It's like I'll have tea.
Yes. Spike it. We'll be making hot toddies.
Mhm. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oliver says Maze made it sound like we go after this fantasy creature's stuff.
Yeah.
Right. It's stuff.
Correct. We just have to be prepared to go after the fantasy creature.
I mean, okay, it sounds like a plan to me. Are we doing Beatles and Bobbles this morning? Or, I mean, this evening? Or are we going to bed?
It's after 7:00.
What?
I think.
Okay. All right, heading outside. It's been a while while you were in there. It's the sun has long set, and the city has begun to make its night noises. There are the people who are hanging the lanterns and moving about, but most of the city has started to go to sleep.
That's what I thought.
There's no camera.
Nope, no camera.
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh, good.
I forgot to charge my camera phone.
All right. So
No
good.
worries.
Where was I?
The town's asleep.
Yes, most of the city is sleeping. You do see people milling about, going from taverns to enjoy their evening meals and the such. There are guards moving about. Again, a diminished presence from what you're used to, but you still see them every now and then.
I don't think they're gonna be open.
I don't think they would be. If you're back in this time, I don't think many places stayed open late after dark. Other than, I guess, taverns.
So here's a fun fact. So after a certain point, the medieval taverns and inns would lock the doors, not only to keep the bad people out, but to keep you in and not skip out on your bill in the morning.
I'm going out the window.
I love that fun fact. I did not know that.
Oh
Also,
yeah,
a horrible fire hazard.
yeah. Well, building things completely out of wood and thatch is a fire hazard.
Mm-hmm.
You're locked in.
Yeah, and
Triangle shirt coat factory fire time.
and there were two buckets that you were supposed to use. One for number one, one for number two. The number two would be used by the local farmers. The number one would be used by the local tanner, and the innkeeper would sell it to him.
Damn.
Lovely. I just needed to know.
These are some good facts.
Yeah. So watch Modern History. It's the guy who owns the video game company that makes Sniper Elite.
Where do you watch that?
YouTube.
It's called what?
Ah.
Modern History.
Huh.
he loves the medieval period, so a lot of his videos are typically, oh hey, here's something about the medieval period, and then he just talks for about 20 minutes.
Apparently, there's also a furniture website called Modern History.
Here, hold on.
Yeah, I could go to found it. So I guess are we not gonna go tonight or tomorrow?
Modern History TV, my bad.
I don't know if they'd be open or not.
Maybe we swing by.
I guess.
As you're talking, you look over to your side and you see clearly a merchant shop. They seem to sell some kind of textiles, locking their door and leaving for the night.
Time to go to bed, guys. You know, we'll go to the Green Dragon. I mean, we don't have to.
They're
How many times have we been like? Hasn't our habit of going in the Green Dragon been literally used against us at one point?
Oh, with the guy with the changing. Did we ever deal with the face changer?
no.
Okay, I didn't think so. I've continued to have this looming dread.
It could be
And
you.
I'm glad
He
it's
could
not
be
misplaced.
you. He could even be me.
I'm glad it's not misplaced. Excellent.
It's okay.
Cool.
I'll show up one day and just.
Well, now
fucking
you've
go.
got me anxious about staying at the Green Dragon. What are other
It's happened like 3 times now.
Almost one for each of us.
Who's next? It just means you're next.
What are other inns we know about?
There is the Leaking Cup.
Throw a rock, you'll hit one.
That was the one where you met up with gosh, I can't remember their name.
That's where we ran into all the trouble with the slaves.
Yep.
We're not going there.
I forget what their group name was. I think it was the Unmentioned or whatever. Point is, they helped you with Lionel Harkstone.
Right.
There are other taverns that you guys can find.
Wait, they own the Leaking Cup.
Do they own it?
That's a good question. Is that where they operate out of?
Yes, that is where they were operating out of during the whole slaver inquiry.
Well, gosh, I wonder if they know. We're going to the Leaking Cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You head to a poorer part of town than where the Green Dragon is usually associated with. The Green Dragon is a fairly nice tavern, the definite tourist trap, one that's almost always full. You walk to the Leaking Cup. It is mostly empty. The mismatched tables and chairs are filled with the random assortment of lonely drinkers and no Focaccia inquire secret people if they know about Push into the Dragon. Okay.
Sorry.
No, I'm just curious what you were typing. Are filled with lone parishioners and people enjoying a meager meal. You see this brown-haired human with a face of 5 o'clock shadow all over his face as he's washing a cup as you walk in. There is a distinct moment of recognition. He nods back.
I don't know if I want to bother him. Yeah, I don't know if I want to bother him tonight.
You should bother him tonight. Always bother people whenever you want. It's their problem, not yours.
I mean, he's working at least. I mean, he's working the bar, right?
Yes. This is the bartender that was there when you guys were there last time.
All right, I'll go over to order a drink and also ask, like, any chance anybody might be willing to share some information?
What kind are you looking for? As he slides the money, his hand for money for the drink.
How much is it?
It starts off with 1 silver.
Kim Jong-un from South Park. Launch codes.
I will give him. Yeah, I'll put over 2 silver. Does the name Push mean anything?
He's that druid fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's over at the Concord. Last I heard.
Any knowledge on dragon sightings?
No, no one's seen a dragon around here for a while.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What info do you have that's going on with the war?
Oh well, the army marched out several days ago. It's like refugees pouring in, worried that fighting's gonna spill over into their towns. Everything's getting pretty crowded. People are nervous.
Yep. That makes sense. Perfect time for everything to go wrong. Cool. What do you guys know about that illness that swept Staggerford?
Oh, that was terrible. It's like
Yeah.
I heard like what was it, 1/3 of the population? Yeah, that's awful. It sounded real nasty too. It's like yellow discharge from the eyes, coughing.
What if I told you it was planned?
What?
These guys are not helpful.
Like, what do you mean planned?
What I can tell you is that Push isn't at the with the druids anymore,
Okay.
and that he was behind it.
Behind what?
Daggerford.
Whoa. You were hitting me with a lot, okay?
I was hoping you'd have more for me.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. I can tell you about where like there's gonna be some smuggling going on.
Anyone looking to commit any crime?
Katya is not good.
It's like I don't know anything about Push. Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, these are the secret people that like Trim went on the date with the guy
He's
with.
the bartender.
Yeah, that's valid.
He's the bartender. It's like you don't see Oscar, you don't see Elliot, you don't see oh fudge, what was his name? I have to look back on it. It's like none of them are there.
Will any of them know?
Maybe if you find them,
Shit.
but they are not here right now.
I look at the bartender and I'm like, I want to know when they come back. And can
Oh.
we have a room for the night?
Okay, and yes. How many?
We got Click, Oliver, Meepo, Levi, me. How much are the rooms going for?
Give me, you need 10 gold for both rooms. If you're having two.
Okay. It's a lot of gold. But I'll give it, partially because I did unload a lot on him. All right, we're set for the night then. I also love the idea that this bartender is trying to decide if what I told him is true or potentially conspiracy theory. Because I felt like a crazy conspiracy theorist saying it.
I mean, you basically said one of the people on the council is releasing poison onto towns.
And I'm not wrong.
I mean, you're hitting him with a lot, so
Yeah.
he
I didn't think about that he might just be the bartender.
Yeah. But okay, so you guys retire for your rooms for the night, unless there's something specific you guys want to do.
Yeah.
What
No,
about you,
it's
Levi and Katya? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay then. Well, I think ending with this long rest is a nice place to end our session.